Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with that Scotty guy on Forza Horizon 4, racing an RX-8 off-road. Gets things a little bit wrong out of a corner, just clips a wall, loses a little bit of speed. The Vandura carries a lot of speed, and it turns out if you land a van on top of an RX-8, it's not particularly happy about being landed on. You might have some difficulties keeping control of the car. I mean, things could have gone worse, all things considered there, but still not particularly ideal. Shock Walton on Horizon 2 is racing a Nazi Delta off-road. Now, normally that is a very good combination. However, one little bit of terrain here has decided that it's had enough. We get a backflip, followed by a front flip, and then a little bit of a twist and roll for that car. Fallen Void up next on Horizon 4. I guess things are a little bit wrong with the Ferrari. Runs wide in trying to get it back under control again. We end up going for a big old skid along the door. Unfortunately, the game doesn't let us know what might have happened. Be curious whether it would have rolled over the barrier or not. But, yeah, got to reset before we would find out. That Superfan up next on GTA 5 has got an underground base with a little golf caddy thing. Apparently not quite sure, not quite sure, I don't know what way to go, ends up heading towards a dead end, so we're going to try and turn around, misjudges it, and, well, I mean, it is basically as perfectly Austin Powers as you could get it. Not only is it stuck, unable to move, it's the right vehicle in a tunnel. It's basically a spot-on replica going on right there. Johnny on BeamNG Drive also attempting that, getting the car stuck, just clips a wall on the outside on the exit of some very narrow corners. And I mean, that's also very wedged in there. There's no way that car is going to really be able to be moved from that point. Silver Darling on F1 2019 with an Alfa Romeo not really caring for physics. Or a pit lane, if I'm honest. Just turns in, forgets how to steer, and when it bumps the wall, it just gets reset the other side. And now the AI is not really sure quite what to be doing, other than, I guess we should probably go back to driving normal. Yeah, apparently Kimi Raikkonen can defeat physics and walls. Who knew? THD on ASSetto Corsa going for a high-speed run with a Bugatti. Can't quite make the turn on this particular circuit, having some rather spectacular consequences as the car flips and twists and spins and then slightly falls through the floor. That's definitely not where you want your Chiron to be parked now, is it? It's quite poorly as it gets spat out eventually. 3 of the wheels are busted. One wheel might just about be pointing in the right direction, but note the speedo as well that has gone mad and is constantly rotating around to 9,000, 10,000, I presume kilometers an hour down there. That's quite broken. Roscoe up next on Wreckfest has got rather a poorly car. You know, there's no denying it. There's not much car left that they are trying to drive, but note the vehicle ahead, the bright pink estate car. As we head up towards turn 1, it runs a little bit too wide, finds a rock, and off we go to space with that one. That's a huge, huge flip. There's a massive tumble. It kind of Roscoe does well to get away from that particular one. Night Drive up next on Wreckfest with what is, well, by the looks of the state of the track, been already quite a destructive round. However, never underestimate a lawnmower. Even when wrecked, it can cause you more trouble than you realise, and sure enough, we're going to go for a little bit of a roll. It could have been worse, but still, never ever underestimate a lawnmower. They find a way to mess up your day. Likewise, never underestimate a sofa. This one from Mike, I believe is an AI driving the sofa here, and I mean, it's in a pretty tough field. It turns out, though, if the sofa comes up against a combine, it might win. Yep. That is a sofa car that's rolled a combine harvester. The truck, however, that does beat sofa car. It's a massive launch as well for the driver of the sofa car. We move next on to Need for Speed Heat with no terrain. Yeah, no, none of it's loaded properly, has it? This is supposed to be on, well, the map looks like it might be some sort of dual carriageway, sort of bigger road, and no. No, it's definitely something is very amiss, and when we try and go across a bridge, no, that's also not quite there. The worst bit, now the game's wanting to reset the car, it doesn't know what to do. It crashed. It very much broke. Yeah, it turns out not loading in the terrain does have its problems. We move next on to VRC Pro, a very, very cool little remote control car racing game. So this is heading towards the start of a race. The player is trying to get their car across to the, start line, resets the car to have it carried over. The problem is the game is putting it inside another car. Now, this is not what you want your race to be starting like, is it? Because you know as soon as a race starts, your vehicle is going to be, or some vehicle's going to be pinged somewhere as the physics tries to deal with 2 cars in one place, and sure enough, that is what went on. I mean, again, got recovered, could carry on with the race, but just not helpful for a race start. And finally, we have Danny Flibble on Just Cause 4 with quite possibly one of my favourite clips for quite a long time, trying to see what happens if you use a magnet to catch a train. The answer is not anything, well, I say not anything good. I mean very good for weirdness. Yep, that's a very, very confused crane. That's a very angry crane. That's a very angry train as well that is spinning around. I'm amazed the crane actually stayed on the ground there for that. With all of the weirdness going on, I'm amazed the crane stayed still. Well, the base of it stayed still. The top of it very much didn't, and the train carriage went for a dance. But there we go. That is some good science. That is some good science right there. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There is a link in the description of this video. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clips and mission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.